So right now the moon is at 93.5% illumination in the sign of Libra. Coming out of that full moon in Virgo that we had on the 24th. So going from that grounded energy of Virgo to the flighty air energy of Libra, I would, I'm getting the imagery of feeling swept up, right? Keeps coming to me. Tried to do this reading a few times already, and I kept feeling like blocked or something, kind of kept popping up, and I was like, I gotta restart. So hopefully I can follow through with this. And I feel like that's also part of the flighty energy. And as an air sign is like, I jump on that. I jump on the flightiness. So let's see who you are and what messages you need to hear today. We have air element, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is all about philosophy, discernment, empathy. Like I said, kind of that swept up, flighty energy of the Libra, the moon in Libra right now. Could really have you in your head, could have you overthinking things, you could be bouncing back and forth between being very confident in something to feeling like you're second guessing yourself. It's very back and forth energy with this card because it requires you to use all of your discernment, which requires you to be across the board. You have to look at all perspectives, right? Then we have Starseed. Obviously, that's who I read for. Yeah, so this is about identifying with your true self, right? This is tapping into your soul memories. This is really discovering your identity, not just as a being of material, but as an energy being. Who have you been? Who are you now? What is the direction that you're, flowing in at this time? So let's see. Okay, right off the bat, what I'm seeing in your recent past with the Page of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Swords in reverse, I feel that you're walking away from somebody or a situation. It looks like a somebody with the page. Page is like a person, a messenger. But it looks like you're walking away from somebody who was kind of a hater, right? Somebody who was very judgmental, very cruel with their words. Somebody who was a harsh critic. Somebody who hated on you and spoke. They vocalized that, right? Swords as voices in this particular deck, so it's they were very vocal about their feelings. Yeah, with the Magician in reverse, I see that you experienced disillusionment, right? You saw them for what they were. It's the veil came down, and you were like, wow, this is really who they are, and this is really what they think, and this is really what they're saying, And I feel that clarity, right, that coming back to that air energy, that clarity that came with it, really drove you in a new direction. We have Three of Cups in reverse, which tells me that for a while now, like you could struggle to enjoy yourself or like struggle to socialize. You could be a little bit more introverted naturally, or you could just be in a situation where you're just really not feeling like up to be putting yourself out there, or socializing. I'm going to clarify that because this also could indicate that somebody that you once really enjoyed, you're no longer socializing with them, and it totally makes sense with the Page of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Swords in reverse. Right? Somebody who lied, cheated, stole, something of that nature, right? Some sort of like emotional neglect or betrayal was there, and that's really who you're cutting ties with, I see. And with the Three of Wands, they could have put you in a third party situation, seeing like Three of Cups in reverse with the Three of Wands. And with the Nine of Cups in reverse, it's like something just did not play out the way that you had hoped. And it looks like somebody was just playing head games here. And like that all came full circle. Like you saw the situation for what it was. There was this disillusionment. With the Two of Wands, I see that you were at a crossroads, right? Like kind of looking into the horizon. Like what can I do now? Like what can I expect now? What comes after now? That's really the energy I'm feeling with the Two of Wands. And with the Four of Pentacles, I see that you're like, focus on the bag, right? Focus on your money, focus on your stability, focus on what is within your realm of control. It's like, instead of like overwhelming yourself with that situation, it's like you buried yourself into work and resourcefulness, or perhaps just other things that you valued. It's like you filled your time in your life with that energy, or you will if you're not at that point yet. With the Ten of Wands in reverse, I do see that you are at a really beautiful stage of releasing the burden, right? Releasing the emotional burden and really understanding that you can push forward. Like you don't have to continue living out this cycle or like replaying something with somebody. It's like you're realizing that you can break free of that and, go in a new direction. Choose something different with that Two of Wands. With the Three of Swords in reverse, I see that you're choosing a path that actually heals you. Even if that includes a bit of indulgence. And I say that because what I've learned from my own journey is that sometimes there are periods of times where we indulge our senses or whatever, right? We overeat, or we like go to the bars, or whatever. We indulge in some way, and even though at the time it may seem like self-destructive behavior, what I've learned is wisdom comes from these stages, right? Wisdom comes from experience certain things, and if you need to experience certain things, experience them, right? You're here for the experience. You're not here for the constantly restricting yourself from like what you actually desire in life, right? You know what you desire, and you know why you desire it, because you came here to experience it. And yeah, so I feel that whatever it is that like you really feel that you're leaning towards on like what your personal journey is trying to put you on, like trust it. Sometimes other people aren't going to understand, like people were not understanding when I was getting a face tattoo in a really dingy little tattoo shop in Portland, like people did not understand. People, but I did, and I knew where I was at, and I knew that that was part of my journey. And sometimes like we can't listen to other people and like let other people dictate our journey for us. We have to experience it. We have to live it. We have to do the thing, right? And the consequences are ours to bear, right? Like, that's part of it. We have to take accountability for what we do on our journey. So, like, indulge within reason, like, don't, like, you know, go off the deep end and, just start doing a bunch of meth or something, but, like, like, going out for karaoke night, or, maybe door dashing some cheesecake to just indulge or whatever. That's your own prerogative. Do, that little bit of something, because that little bit of something is going to teach you something in the long run, right? Whether it's positive or negative, it's going to put you on the path. And also, I read Siddhartha recently, and so I'm really on this kick of, like, finding enlightenment through experience. So there's that. But we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and I feel that right now you're learning what it is to, or you will be, if you're not there yet, learning what it is, like, to be you without somebody else. Creating or helping to create your identity. And that's something that, typically after a long-term relationship or a very significant relationship, that's the energy I would see here. Because, when we're in those long-term relationships, our entire identity kind of wraps up around them and their whole life, and and you, them, and it's like a vice versa thing. It's like two trees with roots entangled, and so I feel that you're really discovering your own energy, discovering what you like, discovering the dynamics of, like, potential relationships or whatever that you desire, and not having it be limited to what you've experienced in the past, I feel that there's just, like, this openness for something way fucking different. And it looks like it's showing up, dog. It looks like way fucking different is showing up. Could be an air sign. We've got the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. You have air twice here, dog, with the Queen of Swords and the air element. And then we also have Gemini, so I guess you have it more than once. Tons of swords here. So what I'm seeing here is, one, you could be dealing with an air sign, or you yourself could be an air sign. Or two, just heavy on this energy of, like, with the Queen of Swords, it's like as soon as you're, like, cutting shit off and you're kind of getting cold towards the idea of companionship, right? You're, like, cold towards the idea of reliving that, because, like, that experience was fucking bullshit, whatever it was. I see that as you're, like, guarding yourself, you see this wing around her, that's protection. You're, like, in the state of guarding yourself, listening to your higher guidance, and then bam! Lovers, right? Then, and with the Page of Wands, this could be somebody, like, coming in with a message, right? Page of Wands is typically, like, some sort of, like, a text or, message kind of communication. But this is also kind of coming from a place of, like, passion or lust or desire too, because Wands also represents that. This is, like, somebody who's, like, it's like their inspirations were awoken by you. And I don't know, it's like, it looks to me like they just picked up on you and they're like, whoa, who is that? Gotta talk to them. Gotta introduce myself. Gotta see what this is about. And it's right when you give up. It's right when you're done. You're just like, fuck this. Page of Pentacles, you may have more than one suitor kind of showing up too. You might have options. That's what it's looking like. Like, you're attractive, you have options. We also have the Devil card, Capricorn energy, with the Page of Pentacles. Could have a Capricorn coming towards you. Either that or like this could be somebody who represents toxicity too with the Devil. You know, the Devil is all that, right? It's all the red flags. It's the manipulation, the gaslighting, the gang stalking, it's the addictions, the obsessions. It's the negative, unless it's talking about a Capricorn. If it's talking about a Capricorn, then it doesn't hold the same connotation, because that could be a Capricorn in their power. This could also be somebody who's just very materially driven. With the Hanged Muse in reverse, I see that nothing's really getting in your way between what you desire and you. It's just taking that leap. It's making that decision. With the Eight of Cups, I see that it requires walking away from life as you know it. Whatever direction you choose, it's like it's going to put you on a new path. It's going to take you into a new timeline. We have the Star in reverse. I feel that you could be experiencing doubts, and I did mention that earlier. Now you have every air sign on the board. You have Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Heavy. heavy. But with the Star in reverse, it's like having doubts or insecurities or worries, or just kind of like, what if this doesn't work out, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like you really shouldn't worry about that, because you're only inhibiting yourself, right? With the Ace of Wands in reverse, you're only holding yourself back from potentially experiencing something dope. We have the Muse of Wands showing up. This is somebody that, like, inspires the shit out of you, somebody that you admire, somebody that, like, makes you want to be creative, or makes you feel more musical or alive, or like life is just a little bit fucking brighter, right? With the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I see that like you're also still so heavy in that energy of like, but I have to let this go, right? Like, if I don't let this go, then I'm just, and so I feel like you feel like you're letting an opportunity slip by, or you might potentially let an opportunity slip by because you're in an area of feeling like at a crossroads between letting go and taking action. Like, there's the fear of taking that action with the Knight of Swords in reverse. There's a fear of pursuing something. With the Four of Wands, it could be in regards to commitment, right? Or home. Feels like commitment, because it's like, and I get it, once you find that freedom with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, it's a lot harder to be like, okay, let me jump into the next thing. You're like, I need to breathe first, but also this opportunity shows up at the worst fucking time, and you don't want to let it pass up, but you're like, eh. I see it this way: you can't fuck up what's meant for you. If it's meant for you, it'll happen. If it's not, it won't, And then we have the Sun card, Leo energy, showing up, which, it showed up in reverse, but there's no reverse meaning for the Sun card. It means the same upwards and backwards and all aroundwards. It's abundance and happiness, and somebody like helping you over the walls. It's like divine guidance. It's trusting the process, illumination on the path. Could be illuminating something at this time. So what is your advice? the Hermit, Virgo energy, your advice right now is to take some time in solitude and meditate and sort out what the hell you want and sort out what you're ready for and what you're healed for. You know? Like, don't let circumstances rush you. You know, even if you do miss out on opportunities, you're not missing out on anything that, like, was meant for you. We have the Justice card, Libra energy, and it's like right now your biggest focus needs to be on restoring your balance and finding things that make you feel balanced, things that are like things that push you in the right direction, right? With this Muse of Inspiration, it's like it's really saying like trust the divine to guide you, trust the divine to protect you, right? Trust the process, or that's Muse of Materials, sorry, I said Inspiration, because that one is also out, the Muse of Inspiration, the Muse of Materials, and it's like, just trust that you're protected, and that you're being guided in the right direction, like, with the Six of Wands, I do see you kind of being in the spotlight, I do see, like, you getting attention and recognition, and oftentimes when the divine sends you one thing, the devil will send another, right? That's like how it goes, and it however you perceive the devil, right? Like I feel that it could be the ego, right? It's like some kind of temptation that is presented at the same time as a gift, right? Something that could be healing and put you in the right direction, and then at the same time there's going to be a temptation, a setback, right? And it's up to you at this crossroads to be like, am I going to choose the temptation that sets me back, or am I going to push forward? Either way, whatever direction you choose, it's going to be a lesson learned. It's, you know, it's like whichever direction you go, you're going to have the same amount of enlightenment. It's just one path might be a little harder than another, right? Nine of Swords in reverse. I do see you reaching a point of like overcoming like your overthinking, your restlessness. It's like you will come to a point where you have peace of mind over this situation. Also, you gotta let it organically flow, right? Let things fall into place the way that they're meant to, rather than trying to force a direction or jump on a direction because you feel like, oh, I have to make a decision right now. You don't, actually. You don't have to make any decisions. You can wait with that Hermit card. You can wait till you're balanced enough with that Justice card to make the right decision. You know, there's not, like, when in doubt, make no decisions. That's always my best advice, right? Like, until you are certain. Certainty is everything. And with the moon in reverse, Pisces energy, this could, have a lot to do with struggling to, like, bring something to light or to express your feelings, struggling to be like, let me see what the Kali cards have to say for you. It almost looks like something's eating you up, like you want to say something or express something, but you don't know how, or you're not sure if that's even the right idea at this point in time. I love that you're so pensive about it because it shows that you have wisdom. You're not just like you letting your emotions run the show. You have your logic showing up and being like, wait, are we being logical about this? Is this really what we want? You know? We have the Dharma of Kali. Your most abundant successes manifest when you are aligned with your integrity. You do not need to put your faith in pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established and you are being led into it. Mantra Shakti. Do not allow negative thoughts or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Claim your voice and your power to express yourself from your heart. Though it may not yet be visible in your physical world, a new order is generating within the soul, and in time shall manifest in a transformation that heals your inner world and improves your physical life circumstances too. Gauri Devi. Check your boundaries and affirm your right to express and receive both kindness and respect. Embrace your softer side and your ability to stand up for yourself. You are a unique being and you do not need to conform to stereotypes as you relax into your authentic self. The best method to accomplish what is needed shall spontaneously arise from within. And that is what I have for you. Namaste. I love you guys and I will see you later.